So, ladies and gentlemen, one day, my eldest sister, the firstborn of my mother, came home crying that she was being abused on the streets. That was the first time we had contact with this satanic cult. Of course, at that time, we did not understand what was happening. We did not see any reason why a Muslim cleric could be abusing my sister, or why anybody would be abusing my sister on the streets. Do you understand? So, our diagnostics at that time was that she was hallucinating. There was no other way we could describe what was happening. She would walk up to the window and start talking about how, can't we hear that man talking about her? What man? We couldn't hear anything. We could not see anything. And all we knew was that she was hallucinating. Only for me to do exactly the same thing my sister did many years later. I walk up to the window and ask my sisters, are you sure you guys cannot hear what I'm hearing? Because it was crazy that they could not hear it, but I could hear it. How they were singing outside, playing songs and abusing their father. You cannot hear this thing. She could not hear it. So exactly what was happening to my sister years ago is what is happening to me today. So she came up with all sorts of things that she said she heard, that people were trying to destroy her marriage, because at that time she was about to get married. And then my sister would tell us about her kids and how the names that she planned to give her kids and stuff like that. She will tell us how they are trying to steal her children from her, how they are trying to stop her marriage. You can see how similar it is with my kid sister that I just told you. How that the neighbors in Ishaga swore that they're going to stop my sister's marriage. My kid sister, now I'm talking about my eldest sister right now, who happened many years ago. She was telling us how they were going to stop her marriage. She even came up with a story of how that they wanted to kill her. So the people talking about her wanted to kill her. Is that not the same thing I'm saying today? That if Jeff does not meet me, it means they plan to kill me. Do you understand? Now, I've not told my family all those things. So I'm only telling the public because the public has more information about this particular segment of the problem than my family does. You people are aware that Faji FM and Radio Lagos told the public that I use people for money rituals and that I abuse the Yoruba. You are aware. My family is not aware of that. That's why I can't tell them that, because it will trigger a response that I don't want. So I'm trying to take it easy with my family. But at that time, my sister told my family that they wanted to kill her. Which, if I begin to play the recordings of GFM and Radio Lagos, you will see where they kept talking about killing me. They said it multiple times. They said it on the street. Jekakpa bobo jare, Jekakpa bobo. On 5GFM, somebody called in and told them, Jekakpa only. So they actually did say these things. And I could have told my family these things, but I didn't want to spook them. So I'm taking it easy because I have more understanding than my sister before me. But anyway, she told us that they wanted to kill her. She also told us they wanted to steal her children, which was the same thing I told my family as well. That they're trying to prevent me from giving birth to children. 5GFM said it, Radio Lagos said it. And even when they came out to say that they have stopped, they said the same thing again. Jeka file, Jeko bimo, Jeko shishe. Can you hear what I'm saying? They are still saying the same thing today. Now that the whole thing is degenerating right now, they said it again recently. How will I give birth if I'm telling lies? How am I telling lies? That's what they said. How can I give birth when I'm telling lies? Did you not tell the Ikeja High Court that you did not talk about me? Did I not come to your office at 5GFM? Did I not meet you there? Which is the lie? What is the lie that I'm talking about? Which lie? Have you met me before? If I'm lying, why can't you meet me now? They say they lie. So after many years of crying and telling us of the problem she was going through on the streets, we tried to do our investigation. We walked on the streets with her. We didn't hear these people. We did not know where she was getting these things from. It's the same thing that's happening to me right now. I'm going to show you videos of me talking to my brother. Just calm down and I will see videos. People can relax. So after many years of complaining of people abusing her on the streets, of her crying, carrying knives out, so she's going to fight people and stuff like that, she became mentally unstable. She could not recognize us anymore. She began to vandalize property in the house, destroying TVs, destroying computers, breaking up everything, chasing us up and down with knives. She could not recognize us anymore. She called us her enemies. She became mentally unstable. After years of crying and talking about people abusing her on the streets, from our point of view, after many years of hallucinating, she will point to pastors who are abusing her. She will point to Muslim clerics who are abusing her. She was pretty much doing exactly the same things that I'm doing today. Exactly. There's no difference. Honestly, I'm telling you, there's no difference. Do you understand? As a matter of fact, there was a time I started taking knives out. I started taking knives out because the public were talking about killing me, how they are going to attack me on the streets. Saying if I step out of the house, then they're going to attack me. Until I learned and understood what they were trying to do. I knew that they were trying to make me hallucinate. So I just realized that they're not going to do anything to me because this was a spiritual attack. That was why a couple of weeks ago, I dared the Muslim clerics who were telling the public that if I come out of my house, they're going to do something. I dared them to meet me at Computer Village. If they burned their father well, nothing happened. They will never meet me. So you can see that it's something that I've learned over the years. So what we are dealing with is not what you think it is. We are dealing with a satanic cult. Now, not too long from my sister's mental state, one of my brothers, my elder brothers, began to complain about how he was being abused by everybody he met. And he talked about how they were isolating him and they were abusing him about all kinds of things. And he could not, he began to complain to the family, he needed help. And nobody could help him. I mean, what are you going to do in a situation like that when you have a sibling telling you about people abusing them everywhere they went to? So my elder brother began to hallucinate as well. And before long, he committed suicide. He died. He killed himself. He took poison, wrote a letter, he had a suicide note and sent to the family. And he blamed some members of the family, especially my stepmother, saying that my stepmother was the one that caused his death. And I could understand what he went through, because it's frustrating to tell your family something and you are showing them something and they cannot see it. I understood. And I knew that the only way I could handle this matter was to be calm. That's why you can see me, I'm very, very calm. It's part of the dangers that I'm facing with a satanic cult like 5GFM and Radio Lagos. All right? So my brother committed suicide. He died. Not too long after that, another brother of mine began to hallucinate. The family is shocked. Do you understand? It is why my mother does not want to hear this nonsense. It is why my sisters don't want to hear it. They don't want to. They do no. Go and get help. Go and get help. That's what they're telling me. Another member of my family began to hallucinate. One of my very best brothers, Tony, he began to complain about people abusing him everywhere and how his people are isolating him and stuff like that. Before long, what happened? They tried to medicate him, and it seems as though the medication they gave him caused more problems. I think he overdosed on the medication and he died. Now, I don't know whether he committed suicide or whether he over-medicated, but I know that something happened to him and it had to do with drugs and he died. It had to do with prescription drugs and he died after hallucinations. Now, not too long after Tony died, I started telling my family the same thing. Telling my family, okay, look at what happened though. I'm having some problems on the streets. People are abusing me on the streets. Now, I knew that I could not go balls out on my family to tell them, look, what's happening. I had to take it step by step. And the reason why I was telling them that was because I only wanted them to know that something was happening. I didn't want to spook them. I didn't want to overwhelm them with too much information. So there are a lot of things that I've even told the public today on my blogs that I've not told my family. You understand? So my eldest sister, who suffered these hallucinations and the mental breakdown, spoke to me recently and told me that she heard me talking, abusing people. She said that I was reacting to voices in my head, but actually I was responding to some idiots in the compound whose voices she did not hear, which was the same thing that happened to her. You know, people were speaking to her, but we did never heard it. And what I figured out was that these lunatics use some set of jinx on my family every time this attack takes place, so that my family will never hear the things that they say. So it looks like I'm talking to myself. All right, so let me show you an example of it. This is a perfect example of these particular kinds of attacks. Now, I'm heading to a client's office. I'm being driven by my kid brother. My kid brother was by my side. Now, listen to what this idiot is saying. I found out that this idiot was abusing me from the outside. I told my brother to stop the music, turn off the ACs, and wind down. And this is what I was able to get from this idiot. Listen to this.
Did you hear that? Don't worry.
So you heard what I said. I asked my brother if he heard what I just heard. He didn't hear it. You see that? That's exactly what happens. What I understand that they did was that they put a hex on my family. So no matter what they say, they will never hear. They will never hear what these just are saying. All they will hear is me talking, and they'll be wondering who I'm speaking to. It's the same thing that happens to my sister. The public knows that this is happening, but they have kept quiet. For 25 years, this is what has been happening. This is why my family thinks I'm hallucinating. Now, I have more videos to show you, but I'm going to show you later. Now, what she's talking about, she was sent to me by the Muslim clerics, like all other people, to abuse me that I beg for money. You understand? So what the Muslim clerics do is that they access my phone, they hack into my phone, find out who my clients are, find out who I'm talking to, manufacture a lie that I beg for money, then send people to abuse me. All of this happens especially when I spend money or when I receive money. It's madness. And this is what the public has allowed. This is what Christians have allowed to happen. Understand? So what was happening to my sister is exactly what is happening to me. But what I found out is that she was being actually attacked by people. Even till today, she's still being attacked by people till today. But my family thinks she's hallucinating. And the only people who can solve this problem is the public. They are aware that Faji FM said something about me. They are aware that the Muslim cleric said something about me. They are aware that Radio Lagos said something about me. But they have refused to come forward. Because they told them to shut up their mouth. What we are dealing with is a satanic cult that attacks members of my family. So far, I'm the fourth member of my family that has hallucinated, in quotes, because the public has refused to come forward. Now, we would have had a fifth hallucination on our hands. Only that a lady, God bless her, God touched her heart and moved her to tell my family. That was how the attack on my sister stopped. If not, my sister would have come to tell my family they are calling her a prostitute. This is the reason why Faji FM will not meet me face to face. It doesn't matter what they tell you. They can tell you that I killed somebody, they will never meet me face to face. They can tell you that I use children for money rituals. I use their blood. They can even show you videos. They still will not meet me. All of that is to manipulate you. Now it's up to you to ignore the rubbish they are telling you and ignore them completely and take evasive action. If they are making accusations against me, they should meet me face to face to discuss what they are telling the public. That's what I'm saying. But they won't do it because they know, first of all, they lie to the public, and whatever they are presenting to the public is manufactured. It's a lie.